One of the most important crops for any gardener is the staple, and for the home gardener the most practical is the humble potato. Now we produce close to probably 90% of the potatoes that we eat with two crops that I've generally grown, one in spring and one in late summer. That's planting times. But we always seem to end up with a gap of around about a month where we run out of potatoes. So this year I'm going to try and experiment to see if I can fill that gap. What I'm going to try and do is to grow potatoes here in the hothouse over winter. Now I'm going to try growing them in straw bales. I have successfully grown tomatoes, you'll see behind me. They have been growing for around 9 months, the cherry tomatoes, and have produced very well in straw bales. That was the first time I've used straw bale growing. So I'm going to have a go at potatoes. Now the basic process is that we condition the bales for a couple of weeks. That means I'm going to pour nitrogen into the bales and water them, saturate them with water to start the composting process. And at the end of that time I'll plant the potatoes in there. I'm sprinkling a fairly generous quantity of blood and bone on the tops of these bales, and then we'll water it in. The sprinkler can run for a couple of hours to completely saturate the bales. They need to be totally saturated to start the composting process. And the process of putting nitrogen into it and watering it needs to continue for a few days. We're back here on a rather wintry day. It's a bit wet, windy today. It's now been 3 weeks since I started conditioning these bales, and they started to cool down in their composting, so they're ready for me to plant. So I'm going to put some holes in, put the potatoes well into the bale, loosen it up a bit. Probably not the ideal. Try, this is all experimental, so I'll try around about 4 potatoes in this size bale. Some of these bales are a bit bigger than others. What's it feel like down there? It's warm, but certainly not, just slightly warm, certainly not hot. So, Lucinda, do you want to help?
Yeah, I'm going to put this one potato in.
Okay, come and drop a potato in a hole. Yeah, that's a good potato. Put them down inside. Yeah. Put them down in the hole.
Another one.
Give me a couple more. Oh, that's a good potato.
It is. There's a bit about the potato. What about this one?
Just hang on, this hole over there. This is the way. Now we have some potatoes in. A little bit of potting mix into the top.
And I have to go too with that potting mix. It's so good.
Okay, that's one bale.
And there's another bale.
Let's do the others. The bed planted. All the bales now have potatoes in. Put 3 in the smaller ones and 4 in the larger. My goal is to harvest these potatoes probably around the end of October, early November. It is totally experimental. I've never done this before, so we'll see what happens, and I'll update you when I harvest them.